Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the thank you summon ticket number 7 and basically get a good idea of who you should pick with your tickets. Now, you get tickets by logging in, but you'll also get them from the missions and from the Dragon Balls, so you can wish for them from the Dragon Balls, so you can get quite a few tickets. Now, these are all general banner units, so you can get them on normal summons. It's not like they are explicitly super rare characters or anything, so you can very easily get them on like a whole bunch of ticket summons and everything, or just in general summons. But I'm going to try and break down the characters that I think are best for you. Of course, you can choose whoever if you want to use them. I highly suggest using them to rainbow characters as well as a good call. Because remember, getting copies of characters gives you coins, but these tickets don't give you coins, they give you characters. So if you can rainbow a couple characters, that's also pretty cool. Now, in terms of everything else, let's have a little look. There's quite a few characters that I find quite interesting here, but I'm going to focus on mainly the ones that I think have the most usability. Frieza, I think, is one of them, largely because of his leader skill. It's great for nuking teams and nuking events, so you're going to see me point out quite a few of those. But he's still pretty usable. I mean, he's a great tank still for starting players, intermediate players. I mean, I still use him from time to time when I'm feeling the heat, when I think the team can take it. So he is still really helpful in that regard, and is a great tank. Next, just kind of discussing a little bit, I think Trunks and Maya still pretty solid on a future Saga team. I wouldn't say they are insane, but I think they're still pretty solid. We have a couple other units. I think we'll be getting EZAs and things down the line, which could be interesting. We have the Gotenks, Super Saiyan Gotenks, who's a pretty decent time limit support, and that category obviously doesn't have a lot of support, so he's pretty useful. In the tech side of things, I think the Super Saiyan God Goku probably for me is the first character that stands out. So if you look at the Super Saiyan God Goku, I think he probably stands out the most to me. Orb Changer, great against movie bosses, great against, Pure Saiyans, still good in so many events, and I think he's probably the first unit that I would say you should pick with these tickets, because I think he's one of the more usable characters overall. Ceiling, huge damage reduction in certain situations, and those situations are so common because movie bosses make up like 3 red zones and then a whole bunch of other fights on the side, and on top of that, Pure Saiyans make up a whole bunch of others, so that's really great. Aside from that, there's not too many interesting tech picks, I would say. Maybe Bardock, because he's an orb changer. Chinembu's not bad, but you need dupes in him, and I wouldn't say he's amazing anymore, but he's not bad. But yeah, I'd probably say that maybe Bardock, because he seals. He's pretty good for Ultimate Clash. Sealing, orb changing, lots of really good stuff that he does. So that really helps as well. In the inside of things, so here Vados sticks out to me straight away. Int Vados is great for just a whole bunch of teams. She's a great multi-categorical support, just really doing a lot of really good stuff. And she also, does a lot of really decent evasion herself. She's not too bad. I mean, great chance to evade. Android 16 I think is really good, and when Android Cell Saga gets like a bit of a revamp, I think he's going to be a unit you're going to see a lot more of. He's great defensively, really strong, really powerful character, and a great support actually for crucial units to that category. They just unfortunately don't have the same power in their team. But Megiddo is an interesting option if you're looking to run Universe 6. I'm not going to say that they're necessary. I don't think they're as good as other people find them, but they're still a good-ish pick to pick up. And then we have obviously Int Beerus, who's pretty great as a kind of nuking lead. You will see I skipped over Paragus and Broly, and that's largely because they still don't really fit on any categories, even though they actually are great support now, but they just don't fit on anything but Pure Saiyans. And then obviously we have Zamasu, who I think is just a useful unit. Same with Mai. I think they're both very useful. I use them in the I use them both in Ultimate Clash. They both have their utility that I think is really good. They're not bad pickups. In terms of the strength side of things, so specifically speaking, I mean, Whis is great, useful in a lot of situations. The strength side again feels much like the kind of tech side, with not a lot of real big stand-up picks that I would really say. I think Piccolo is a great AoE option that you can definitely consider picking up. I think he's good. Good AoE unit, really solid, does a lot of good stuff. Really strong, great for AoE, great for World Tournament. Bardock, which becomes Bardock and Gine, is also not too bad to pick up. I'm not going to say he's amazing, but he does enough, really, to be functional. So I think that's okay. I think he's got enough to add to the movie bosses, or movie heroes team, I should say. And then we come to physical. I think, look, Trunks is a good pick because, again, you can lead. You always need these guys for certain situations, so I think that's really great. I think he helps out there. Launch is pretty solid in the right conditions. She's great for the heroines event for certain stages. She can do a lot with her greatly lowering, and I think that's something that's very, very crucial. Zamasu and Goasu, also a solid-ish support for a lot of categories. So again, pretty solid unit there. Like I said, though, you can pick whoever you want realistically. Just focus on the units you think you need. Kefla, great orb changer, really someone you can consider picking up as well. Does a lot of great work and just is very good in teams as creating orbs, which is something useful. Same with Wirus. Anyone that changes 2 types of orbs always has a role in a lot of teams, especially for new king events, or just anything. And they're pretty good. They'll work in like Ultimate Clash and that. And that's pretty much it, I would say. Realistically, that's it from me. I think God Goku probably first tier pick, and then you can just kind of go from there with the guys I've mentioned. And like I said, try and rainbow guys if you don't know who to pick, because that does help. Bye.